All right, hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. Jason here. Today we're going to be talking about the two most important things that you can carry with you when you are in the woods. That is going to be a headlamp and a flashlight. And I don't care who makes it or which one you go with. I'm going to show you some examples here, but it is vitally important that you carry both of these with you. I can't emphasize that enough. There's so many times, even if you're somebody who plans on leaving a tree stand and getting out of hunting, getting out of the woods right or before it's dark, shooting an animal and then having to be with it for into the nighttime, tracking it at night, going out to your stands early in the morning, moving around, trying to pick a spot in the morning when you go in blind to a new area, which if you follow my Patreon, you see that I do in all my vlogs during deer season. You watch me do that 1,000 times in there, and having good light capabilities for that is vitally important. And down here in the South, we also have all kinds of venomous snakes. We got all kinds of dangers and hazards and things that you can get into. And we got to cross sloughs full of water constantly. And trying to do any of that stuff without light is near impossible. So vital important that you have them. So why do I recommend both? And that is because one can fail, number one. So you want both a flashlight and a headlamp. Number two is so that you can use them for blood trailing differently. So like if I take this is my Ace Beam, it's my favorite headlamp made today. But if I take this headlamp and I'm wearing it on my head and I can see and I'm looking, but if I want to spot check stuff, I have to do this. Okay, I got to kind of put this beam. Now it's wide. It's a nice floody beam. I've done reviews on all these lights. If you want to check on my channel, maybe I'll link some in here, but I've done reviews on every single thing I'm showing you. But with this light, it's a nice light, but there's also a nice advantage being able to take this, and while I'm looking here, I can spot things or change the angle or something. Or if I got leaves on a branch, I got leaves stacked like this, I can't see under them. I have to kind of do this or go like this, or I have to move it. Where this, I can be looking and I can just do that, and I can do things and pinpoint stuff where I'm looking. Or what is that? Is that blood? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I think it is. And I can change the angle of my light. Where hard to do that with just a headlamp on. So having both is vital for that. But also, like I said, if one fails, having the other one matters. Now, a recommendation. Make sure you have the same battery system for both of them. Okay, I really like having the same battery system in both of my headlight and my flashlight so that I have the luxury of being able to carry one extra battery or two, but it works in both lights. Okay, it's a beautiful system. So let's talk about some options here. Let me slide some of this stuff out of the way. I am a light buff, okay? I have been a flashlight, or as they call it overseas, a torch guy for many years. Matter of fact, even look at this right here. This is one of the first flashlights I ever built by buying parts separately, but this housing, this one still lives today in Tina's Forerunner right there for her, but this is a Surefire housing, okay? This is from a little Surefire mini light. And then I can't remember who makes this, but this is an E1. I don't remember, but this is a custom head for this that I bought separately. Put this thing together. I mean, we're going back 20-something years, 20 years, something like that, when I built this light. And it's a little beast. And like I said, that's what's nice about it is that, instant on, off, and that blinding power. This is not adjustable. You cannot adjust a beam. But Tina keeps this right there on her car, so if somebody comes up to her window and she needs you, boom, she shuts them right down if she has to. And it's a good light for anything needed. But, I mean, I've been building lights or into lights for forever. Okay, so now system-wise, here is what this is my world right here. Is what is with me every single second I am in the woods. This is what I carry for lights. This one is my EagleTac D25 Clicky. You guys have been seeing me make videos on this thing for 14 years, okay? This is not the original one. I think I bought this one. This is about 8 years old, but I've been using this exact light for 14 years, okay? I love this light. It is multi-powered. Again, I have reviews on this stuff. Then I can also crank that head and get a big boom power. And then I also, while that's cranked, I can tap that and brrr, I'm strobe blinding, okay? So there's a lot of beautiful features of this little light. It is in my pocket every single minute of every single day. You can see how small and compact that little, and they make it today, and it's still like $50. EagleTac D25 Clicky. I will try to put some links to this stuff below for you. Love this light. It is in my pocket every day, even when I'm hunting. So this one I have with me. And I use it a lot more than you think I would because these ride in my backpack. So if these are in my pack and I'm getting down out of my stand, and let's say I'm only 500 yards to the truck, okay, and I get down, or better yet, as another example, let's say that I'm walking in and I'm running a little bit late, and I don't need to run I won't need my headlamp to climb the tree because by the time I get there, it'll be cracking light. I can just pull this out of my pocket and use it and walk in with this, with my gear on me. And then by the time I get to the stand, it's daylight enough that I don't need it, I turn it off. Or if I'm coming out and I'm leaving a little bit earlier than that, because say maybe I'm in a super, super deep, dark swamp, and I'm going to run out of shooting light in there before it's actually too dark or dark enough out on whatever green road or however I got to get out. These situations happen where a lot of times I just pull this one out of my pocket, especially hog hunting. When I'm hog hunting, I don't usually stay out there past dark. They're black hogs in a black swamp. You lose light quick. So as soon as I can't see in there anymore, I pop out of there, get out, and I still might have a 1.5 mile walk to the truck. I just pull this one out of my pocket and use this, and I got all the power levels I need. Perfect little light. So that is with me every minute of every day. It runs on CR123 batteries. I love that system. Been around forever. And I keep one more of these in my pack just in case, mainly strictly for this light. But it's so little and compact, and these things weigh less than these lithium batteries are so much lighter than alkaline batteries. So, I mean, there is like no weight to that battery. So comparatively, like compared to like a AAA even, it weighs next to nothing. So throwing those in your pack, real easy to do. I would carry one of them extra in my pack strictly for this light if I need it, since this light is in my pack all the time. Now, this is a headlamp I carry. It's the Ace Beam. This is the H30 model, and I get it in a neutral white. Yes, it's got a red and a green. Those are worthless. They're completely pointless. Just stick with the white light. But I've done reviews on this to show you the power, that show you everything. And this thing here works on the batteries this side because it also is chargeable. This will also charge your phone if your phone goes down, okay? This headlight's amazing. So if your phone dies on you when you're out there, you can take the cord with you, and you can actually plug your cord right into this USB port right there, and you can charge your phone from this battery. You can also just charge this light right here, throw it right in your car, hook that in, and let it charge while you're driving to your next hunting spot or while you're in camp overnight or whatever you want. So it's great, but it runs on one of these 27500 batteries. This thing may look like a big beast, 21700 battery. Okay, looks like a beast, right? It's so light. It weighs nothing. It weighs about as much as a AA battery. It is so lightweight, okay? Just a fantastic battery system. And it also is what I use in my actual flashlight too. Now this thing is a 4,000 watt screaming headlamp that just works perfect. When you get it, it does come with a over the head strap. So like if you're jogging with it, you got a strap that goes over top too that you can put on. But love this headlamp. Best headlamp I've ever used, especially when I'm trying to scout at night. Or you're like going into a spot in blind in the morning and I want to be able to see and pick shooting lanes and figure out what deer are doing, I can crank this thing up and it straight up screams. But otherwise, I leave it on lowest mode 99% of the time, even blood trailing. Unless I get into real bad stuff, I might bump it to medium. But you could almost get a whole season out of one of these batteries. The average person could probably go a whole season and never charge it. This is the version of this that is a handheld one. It may seem kind of big, and it is compared to my ultra little Eagle Tack, but when you compare it to these other lights, like here, like a 2-cell one, okay, it's not really a whole heck of a lot different. It is bigger. It is a little more bulky. It is still very lightweight, being aluminum. This is basically this light in a handheld version. This is, what do they call it? Is this the E70? This is the Ace Beam E70. And same thing, no, but why it's so big is it runs, same thing, on that big 21700 battery. I mean, you can see the battery is basically the size of the case. Love this light. This thing is amazing. I straight up love this combination. Now, the only additional thing that I did buy for this setup, because these 21700s, so that I can charge them both quickly, I think this was like 25 bucks. This charger right here, this Nightcore charger, this is the UMS2. And I bought it a few years ago, so I don't know if it's still the same model now, but it's nice because I can pop the batteries out of these things, stick them in there, and it charges them in like an hour, and it does a fantastic job. Plus, it will also charge 18650s and all kinds of other things as well, too. I had to turn on that battery on this pack here. Hold on one sec. There we go. But so it'll charge pretty much everything you can think of that's rechargeable. So love this little charger. So that's my setup that I currently use right here. This is my whole world when I am in the woods. Now, if you didn't like that and you were going to carry, say, this little Eagle Tack, you can also carry one of these if you want in your, like if I wasn't using those, I could go with this one in my pocket, this Eagle Tack, which is the same thing, but this runs on two of those. This has two CR123 batteries in it, and they fit in a little sleeve right here. Okay, and I believe it also works on an 18650. But you can run this one for your hunting flashlight setup, and you could run like a Phoenix, like this little Phoenix right here. I think they still make this. It might be changed a little bit, but this is the H50, HMR50. HM50R, incredible light. I ran this light for a lot of years. Absolutely awesome. And I'm sure they got one similar to it now. And this runs on a CR123 battery, so it's a good combo. Zebra lights. Okay, I've ran Zebra lights for many, many years. Zebra lights are good. And they will also run on a CR123, or you can get these on AA battery options. So there's a lot of options for you to be able to find what you want, but get a quality. They're not expensive. This is like $45. Okay, this is like $45. Okay, these are not expensive, and they will last you, again, 14 years I've been using these lights. This is like my third one, but 14 years. And not because they don't work, but because they just get so beat up in my pocket, scratched up, discolored. It's like, I want to buy a new one. So I do. But these things last forever. Here's another one right here, too. I did this one with full video review on all these. But this is a Nightcore. This is the HC68. This is the adjustable beam one, okay? So this one here runs on an 18650 battery. Am I on the right side? Yes. So this is a little smaller. It's an 18650 battery, but this thing will is basically very much like that Ace Beam, just not quite as powerful. But one of the neat things about this is it does have, you got a white or a red and a green light in the middle. Hang on, let me zoom this in here, get this. But you got a red and a green light there. See, it shows you how much charge you have in there. But also this one, when you turn this on, you can adjust the beam from wide, okay, to narrow. You can see it tightening down. Okay, so the beam pattern is adjustable. Actually, yeah, right. No, that's power. I'm turning the power down. But then, hang on here. There's power settings. Sorry, I'm going to go back down. And then how do you, I can't remember because like I said, this one stays basically on my boat now. Let me see if I go this way. Is that getting wider? Let's go that way. Oh, it's getting lower. Anyway, this has got a zoom adjustment, right? Which way is it going here? Let me look, sorry. Yeah, that's what it's doing. You can see it on here. It's going left and right with the zoom, so you can zoom from wide to narrow focus beam. So there's a super tight, like a straight beam shot. Here it's going to go to more of a flood beam pattern. So you can actually transfer that which way it's going to go. So kind of a cool feature on this light. Nice option. All these are good options. Like I said, I'm just giving you ideas. Doesn't matter what you get. Just make sure you got a very good flashlight and a very good headlamp, and you got an extra battery or two with you in your pack. There's no reason not to, and it is a game changer. I don't care if you're just hunting a back 40. I don't care where it is. It is worth buying quality in a headlamp and in a flashlight, and that quality doesn't cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to be that expensive. And a lot of these are made in China. They all pretty much are made in China, but guess what? When it comes to flashlights, nobody beats China. Nobody makes them better than China does. Okay, these things are straight up incredible. They are light years ahead of us in LED technology, circuitry, cooling for these things. We can't even come close to what they can do over there. So when it comes to lighting, don't be afraid of that stuff, and pick the one that works best for you. I'll have some links down below. Thanks for watching.